Yo, this is Nick D.
I'm Brie K, and this is Kasari.
You already know what it is, man. It's William Cater.
Yo, this is DJ Lost and Found from the Missing Link podcast.
Hey, what up? It's Miss Hero from Pew Army.
This is Stephen the Levite.
Yo, what's good, Josh? Your boy YP, a.k.a. Young Paul. You know what I mean? Representing the East Coast, New York, Jersey, stand up.
And you're tuned into the That's Not
Christian Podcast.
Yeah, we here, y'all. What up? It's your boy Switch. I'm here with your man Jimmy. I'm here with your man Jay. No Ant today, but he'll be joining us, I guess, later on. And we have our very, very special guest. We talking about some legends here.
Legends.
Kobe Red and Precise. Let's go.
Yo, man. That's not
what up, man?
What's good, fellas?
What's good?
What up,
How y'all
man?
doing, man?
We good, man. We good.
Hey, Red, I don't see your Raiders hat today, man. What's going on, man?
Come on, man. That's not Christian, man. Now that's good. Yo, we gonna get Jim Harbaugh. You know what I'm saying? He gonna write the ship, man. We be in the Super Bowl next year, man. You heard it.
Okay.
You heard it here first, man.
Exclusive,
You
right
just
here.
jumping straight to the. Did y'all make the playoffs this year or nah?
Yeah, we did. Oh, you
Okay.
forgot, huh? You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying I ain't gonna front with all
watch
we.
football like that.
Nah. I'm just saying, just for the record, just with all we've been through, just for us to make it to the playoffs was amazing. But organizations like the Raiders, it's Super Bowl or nothing. So if you don't win the championship, you ain't really do nothing.
Right.
So, but that's not Christian, man. Don't get on me about the Raiders. But nobody talked all year when we was like 6-3. Everybody was terrified. You know what I'm saying? Then the drama happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yo, how's a dude from the Bronx become a Raiders fan, man?
Nah, cause when I was young, when I was a kid, I used to when you playing sports and you idolize somebody that's on TV or whatever. Yeah. And I used to love like Lester Hayes. He played that bump and run like right up on the receiver, got mad low, and I used to try to be like him. You know what I mean? So since he was on the Raiders, that wound up being my favorite team. Like, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So I was a Lester Hayes is my favorite Raider.
Well, P, you New York, right? You New York, everything, right? Precise.
I lost faith in the Knicks a long time ago, bro. They don't. My feelings. I go back with them, but like I said, my feelings have been hurt one too many times. It's too much of an emotional roller coaster. You ever been in a relationship with somebody and it's just too much of up and down? So you had to come up like, this is toxic, man. They breaking my heart too much.
Your whole day be ruined. You go to work mad.
Switch still hasn't received that revelation yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
I go back. I used to have different pairs of the Ewing sneakers. That's how much I used to rep. You know what I mean?
Wow. So now you're Brooklyn Nets fan?
They get a new player, something happened, my hopes get high. Then, like even this year, they was looking pretty good in the beginning. Then your man Rose went and got hurt again, right? And that's there you have it.
Yeah. So now you're rooting for the real New York team, the Brooklyn Nets.
Man, nah, man.
They only for one borough, man. I mean, I would root for them, but when you come out and just name yourself after one borough, it's like you don't really care about the other four boroughs. You know what I mean? You don't even want me to root. It's like you don't even want me to root for you. You know what I
mean?
Yeah. It's New York Knicks. And not only that, they came from the other side. Like I came from Jersey. No disrespect to Jersey, that's still tri-state, but y'all not really original New Yorkers like that. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Body blow. Body blow. My Jersey peoples, I that comment is not something better precise.
Staten Island is right there next to Jersey. So.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's how you feel, Switch?
You
feel like that about the Lakers and the Clippers?
What? Lakers and Clippers, what?
You feel
What
that
about
way
them?
about the Dodgers too? You know, because every team seems like they move from one city to another, right?
Yeah, that happens.
When does that expire?
I don't know, man.
You know, because
I don't know. My
I
teams
don't
have
know.
been here. My teams have always been here, man. You know what I'm saying?
nobody.
Y'all gotta excuse Jimmy. He's 3 hours behind, man.
He's 3 hours behind in Cali.
Yeah, we gotta give him a pass, man. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yo, so P, you have any like football teams or baseball team? I see. What you got? The Mets hat on?
Yeah, but like I said, man, now I used to follow. I'm so lost now, man.
Yeah.
Like I just enjoy just watching the sport for the sport of it. But Red is more your stats man and all that. You know what I mean? I just like to enjoy watching the game.
Right.
Red to argue and debate, like
Yeah. I ain't even gonna get started, man. You know what I'm saying? This joint to turn this a sports show, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fact. So, like, yo, here's a question, like, because I feel like, you know, you guys were like pioneers of the CHH, right? And especially like in New York City, and obviously there's other individual brothers as well. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like when you brought that kind of New York gritty, rough sound, right? Like that was like Corey Red and Precise. That was y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm sure there was other brothers that were doing it, but they didn't get as popular as you guys did in the CHH or, you know, the Christian community, right? So it was like you guys were rocking for a while, and then it was like, yo, where's Corey Red and Precise? Like, what happened? Where they at? You know what I'm saying? And then a couple years ago, it's like Red drops a mixtape, and it's like, oh snap, Red is on the radar again. And then a couple years after that, Precise comes and drops something, and it's like, oh, okay. So where have you guys been like the last couple years? For those of your fans and people that have been looking for y'all, I'm sure they probably reconnected already, but you know.
Yeah, most have been, you know.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, Pete.
You know, now you know.
Nah, I mean, it's real simple, man. It's like, you know, me, people know me and my man, we down to stand for the rough topics, you know what I'm saying? Whether they be, you know, street politics, church politics, industry politics, whatever, society, you know what I mean? And what happens is, you know, after a while, you know, it makes for a nice story, but, you know, when you don't have, you know, when you stand against institutions and you stand against systems, those institutions and systems are built to take care of the people that conform and assimilate, you know what I mean? So if you don't conform and you don't assimilate, then that system or institution really is not going to take care of you, and then you're on your own. And if you don't have the resources you need, it's like you keep going to a gunfight with a knife, you know what I mean? So imagine running up in an OK Corral, you know what I'm saying, with just a switchblade and a razor in your mouth, you know what I mean?
Right.
It'll look courageous that you ran up in there like that, but you know, you're gonna get slayed. So, you know, finances came, we getting a little older. You need to have more people we had to look out for. So we had to, you know, it was either sell ourselves. We had the opportunities to change the music, change the way we preach on the Christian side, change the music on the street side or whatever. And people would have gave us millions. We'd be a household name like everybody else. But we stood for our convictions and for our Lord, and we went and got regular jobs, you know what I mean? So people used to be hitting me up like, yo, Ray, why you ain't been rhyming? I'm like, nah, I stay rhyming. We stay rhyming and doing music year round. We don't just do music when it's time to do a project. We always rhyming and doing music and making songs, but I just got tired of going to a gunfight with a knife without the resources you need. And then you talk to those people that's real deep, you know, people think because they read every magazine and blog, they know everything there is about the music game. So they start pointing you to, yo, Red, what you need to do is this. You and P need to da-da-da and da-da-da. And a lot of the stuff they said was right. A lot of the stuff they said is right. I look at them talk, they talking, and I go, you're my man. You know everything you just told me costs about $800,000, right? Cut a check. Oh, don't worry. Oh, God's gonna provide. Oh, okay, I got it. So
Yeah.
you know, I mean, you can have all the plans, but you got to be able to, you know, you need resources to implement them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like I said, people's going through things. Me and P was going through family situations. You know, my mother's health was crazy for like the last 20 years, on and off the whole time. God sending me around the country. I'm laying hands on the sick, people getting healed. I come back to New York, pray for my mother, nothing happened. You know what I mean?
Right.
So these are things that in your walk you got to psychologically deal with. If you're real, I don't do the fake Mary Poppins, you know, say what a Christian supposed to say. Nah, I used to have real talks with God. I'm like, I'm like, yo, Lord, how you send me all the way to Oregon to pray for a stranger, they get healed, and I come back, I pray for my mother, and that happened. We're like, what's up with that? You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know, you just got to be able to you get to know God, man. And to be honest, man, I always tell people, you don't really know how much you know God till He break your heart. You know what I'm saying? And make you feel abandoned. You know what I mean? So those people that you talk to, and they go, "Oh no, God would never break my heart. He said He promised to never leave me or forsake me." I didn't say He forsake you. I say He made you feel like you forsake you. You know what I mean? And then you get to know God, because God, there's a way that people talk about God and teach God that's not even in the scripture. And you make a mistake when you first come in, and you start thinking about it, you got to cipher through all that and get to the real God and see who God really is. And you learn about that by, you know, a lot of times by going through heartbreaks, by going through disappointments, by going through failed expectations. You know what I'm saying? Hope deferred makes the heart sick. You know what I mean? So you gotta go through some things, and you know, you're doing all the right things, and you like, why is my marriage crazy? Why is my kids running around? And you know, you got all these things going on, and because while you running with God, you still living in the real world. So you gotta balance your walk with God in the context of the real world. And in the real world, bad things happen to good people.
Yeah, that's
you
real.
know, so you gotta get through all that, and then you really get to know God, and then you come out of that, and you know, you got a perspective that you can't get in church or Bible college. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At the end of the day, you know what I mean? You got to walk with him. You know what I mean? Like Kanye made the song Jesus Walk, but while he walking is you walking with him.
Yeah. You know, me and Precise had gotten off the phone the other day, and you know, we kind of mentioned a little bit of what you said, and do you feel like at that moment too, like there was nobody that warned us about these things? You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like there was a time when I fell off. Like no one was there to tell me like, yo, yeah, you're gonna be filled with the Spirit of God, you're gonna be doing ministry and all this good stuff. But there's gonna come a time when you're gonna get really tested. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like I never had that person that they would encourage you, keep going and keep that fire and all that. But then there wasn't that. Listen, the storm's gonna come. Be prepared for it.
Like if I could just jump in right quick, like I think like just to go back what we were saying before too, because there's other variables at play too, especially when it came to me and Red. Like when you say like y'all didn't see us after a while, like there were certain parts of life where personal things was going on, and that played a part in that. But even like before that, is like me and my brother has always kind of been like in a paradox, even amongst whatever you want to call it, gospel rap or Christian hip hop, you know, like it's like we'll be accepted for certain things and then ostracized for others. Like Red was speaking on, it's like we've always been in the paradox where we always been in the paradox where it's like, okay, the street feel our street,
right?
But you know, when we put Christ before you, nah, there is no other way. He's the way. This is what it is. Then they get too spiritual. You know what I mean? And then in the church, in the institutionalized church, they'll feel like, okay, we feel them. They lifting up the name of Christ, but certain things we speak on, they're like, no, that's too street for us, or not even. Sometimes it wasn't even too street, because like I noticed like the church would be cool with me and my brother pointing out the ills in society when it comes to the urban. Like when it comes to what's going on around the way, and I'm saying, okay, we need to stop doing this. We need to stop shooting each other. We need to stop moving drugs. So they was cool with all that.
Right.
But like I said, like if God is God, he's not a respecter of persons, man. Ain't no partiality. So like if he gonna give it to the hood, he gonna turn around and give it to those in power in the government too. So if I'm gonna point out this ill, then I'm gonna point out, yo, hold up, there's evils that's going on in our nation. There's evils that's going on in our capital. There's just like it's wrong for in the hood if they partying and hanging out and messing around with hookers or whatever. So what about your politicians when they on their conventions and they sniffing cocaine and messing around with prostitutes in high-end hotels? Right. When I bring, oh no, you can't say that. But that doesn't strike me as God, because God wouldn't, if God is not going to point out one select group of people and say, hey, this is what you need, and not do it to everyone else. And that was a big dynamic with us, because me and my man wasn't really willing to do that. We're going to say what really feel that God had pressed on our hearts. So that's one of the variables that go into it. Then there's personal issues, like my brother was saying too, that go into it. So there's many different reasons why y'all hadn't seen us that a lot of people didn't know about. Right. A lot of things was going on where people that really used to support us, if I have to call it like it is, they got shook, they got scared, and wanted to disassociate, because a lot of our church institutions are government funded. So if they're government funded and they get that nonprofit status, and the benefits of that, if you got these guys talking that, they get scared because these dudes, and bottom line, they messing with the money.
Right.
Facts.
Right. We bad for the money. You know what I'm saying?
But it's just what it is.
That's facts,
yeah.
Nah,
that's facts.
That's 100 right there.
Yeah.
So it was at a high level as well, where it was kind of like, because I know Red, you and Red, like y'all became very vocal, especially towards the end, right? Like your lyrics would be like, everybody's a critic, and I ain't trying to hear it, and it started becoming very, very vocal, like these things that you guys are talking about now. So it's interesting to hear it, just from y'all mouths. Y'all probably say it, around the way, but just to hear that publicly, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and like I said, we still that way now, pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But basically we still that way now. Like I said,
it's just what it
rhyme,
is. My bad.
What I said in one rhyme, I said we had plans to storm the gates of hell, homie. But when we got there, looked around, and we was alone, homie.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And the thing with us is like, the thing I praise God about is with all we've been through, we not bitter. You know what I'm saying? We're not bitter. We don't got no bone to pick. But we went through real thing. Like, I can't tell you how many building funds we helped. We raised monies. Whenever people would fly us out to different cities because people was getting shot in their hood, and come out here, the kids are dying. And whenever people wanted us, it was about Christ, the kingdom of God, and souls. And then we dropped Resistance is Futile. You know what I'm saying?
Classic.
And when we dropped Resistance is Futile, me and my man over the years before that, we probably directly and indirectly, and I'm not even exaggerating, affected worldwide at least 1,000 ministries. Directly and indirectly. We dropped Resistance is Futile, less than 10 ministries supported us.
Right.
Oh, that's your thing. That's your thing. When we dropped Resistance is Futile, it wasn't about the kingdom and the souls and that's your thing. And another thing too, there's a lot of people now, they hold us to the standard of Resistance is Futile because it was a classic joint dropped in what's that, P? 03?
04, yeah.
And my thing is, the year we dropped it, they didn't rock with it. They started supporting it like 2 and 3 years later. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's funny? Because we criticize the government and things like that. But who was the first people that supported Resistance is Futile with all that political stuff we was talking about? People in the armed forces. The soldiers that was actually out there fighting with people shooting at them in Iraq and Afghanistan, they was riding around getting shot at, talking about, yo, we feel what y'all talking about. Y'all talking
emailing us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the U.S. military, a lot of people don't realize the U.S. military purchased 10,000 copies of that album.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
So the soldiers, that the military people that was actually fighting in the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Now, while we getting criticized by civilians for criticizing the fights in the war out there, the military soldiers who actually got their boots on the ground, fighting, getting blown up, seeing their brothers get killed, is supporting what we saying.
Right.
Remember,
Cass hitting us on the email like, yo, we was riding around Baghdad, we was in the Humvee, yo, we had your joint blown, yo, we had your joint, yo, blasting, kid.
Yeah, yo, remember Red, remember this one? No, we on the tour bus, right? Red, remember this? We on the tour bus, so we going to Fort Hood in Texas. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, you got the dudes coming on the bus, you know, big guns out, searching everything, making sure everything kosher, you know, before we get in there. So I'm sitting there like I'm sitting there thinking like the Red Precise in Fort Hood. Like, we not in the hood, we in Fort Hood. Like, how's this gonna go? And come to find out, when we got on and did our thing, it was so many soldiers that knew about us already. We were shocked. Like, I was blown away.
Thing too, P, if you remember, at the time when we did the tour and we was in Fort Hood, out of all the military facilities, statistically, they had the most casualties of war.
Right.
Was from Fort Hood. They had the most people who actually died in war at the time that we went through there.
Wow.
And they fully supporting us. They was like, yo, y'all talking right. We know what it is. We in it now. Cause you know, you gotta look at the guy. He can know we talking right, but he already signed up. Yo, they got me for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do what I gotta do now. But they still
I'm not back yet.
Now you good, fam. You good.
Yeah, and my thing is here, like, and another thing is like people don't like, the disconnect was never usually the connection with the people was all good. So that's why a lot of people, when y'all didn't see us, y'all didn't understand what was happening. The disconnect was not with the people. It was people that would set themselves up as a go-between between us and the people. And they would try to exercise their power to take us out of view or mute our voice. So like you know, like nowadays the game switched, you know, internet, every social media, it make it harder for y'all to block what me and my man saying and what we doing. But we was back then, it was kind of different.
Ahead of the curve. We was just a little bit ahead of the curve of the social media explosion. You know what I'm saying? Late 90s, early 2000s, we was a little bit ahead of the curve. So the thing, people's mind shift didn't make that paradigm shift to digital yet. So we were selling records online and everybody was like, no, I want to go to the store and buy it. I don't want to put my information online. We were still at that part. You know what I'm saying?
True. I remember
so we was kind of like,
we didn't get to really seeing your records.
There's a lot of people from our time, we didn't really get to, we knew all these things, what the internet could do and how it could even the playing field, but the artists happened to be ahead of the consumer. You know what I'm saying? So the consumer didn't really get it yet till about, you know, a little bit after us, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just one of those things where, you know, like I said, there's no regrets, man. We did what we did. I would have did it the same way all over again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What,
you know,
what got
the only thing I would have did if I knew I was doing this all again, gotten gains I would have got before I got saved, I would have saved that money. You know what I'm saying? So when I got saved, I'd have had the bag, or instead of trying to get the bag, I'd have had the bag already. You know what I'm saying?
Already, right.
So, you know, I just regret being wasteful with my ill-gotten gains. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. Jimmy, Jay, you had a question.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, what was that shift in your mind that kind of like said, okay, we need to stop doing this old, I guess, way of doing things when it came to like selling records and all this other stuff, and you start seeing the internet kind of like taking form.
Well,
like,
okay,
we didn't sell our stuff online.
As everything switched, we switched with it. We wasn't still selling cassettes when people was doing digital downloads. I mean, don't do me like that, fam. I mean, we wasn't stuck in the past. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm saying like me. I mean, like I remember we used to make we had good times too. I remember when we was making $10 a pop for mixtapes online.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then people started giving them out for free, and everybody got spoiled, and they killed the market. You know what I'm saying? But before they killed the market,
that was LimeWire days.
Yeah, we used to get $10 a pop for a mixtape. So that's why we had them little cool outfits and was paying our rent on time. You know what I mean?
Them Jersey throwbacks y'all had on.
But this is when I knew the game switched. I did a show in Detroit University, downtown Detroit, and it was a conference. So there was the intermission. I went to go get something to eat, and 2 of the songs I performed on stage, when I came back and get something to eat, the young dudes was like, "Yo, I got your joint off LimeWire. Yo, we rocking with it, bro."
Wow.
And I'm like, that's when I realized, oh, okay, the game changed. LimeWire was a game changer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know also like for me, to add to that, I remember being at an event one time, right? And it was me and it was Red. It was a few other artists that were there, a few other groups, and I seen like everyone had this zeal. Everyone was so zealous to get things done, but we were. That's the time when we were looking. We were all younger, and we were looking. I think me and Swish got into some of this the other yesterday. I mean, it's like we were looking for those management teams. We were looking for those record labels. We were looking for those radio stations. We were looking for those people to kind of like we were young, so we were looking for the people that would put their hand to the plow with us or whatever, kind of try to help out and guide and lead it. And I can remember being outside and I'm looking at everybody, and it was just pressed on my heart, man. It was pressed on my heart. I was like, it's like I could hear it, and what I heard was, you guys are the people that you're looking for. Like you guys are like we just didn't know it yet that we were because the blogs were just popping up. We didn't know we were the bloggers. We didn't know we were those record labels. We didn't know that we were those management because we was trying to get the church to see it so bad, and God was like, nah. Like some of them is just not going to get it. They just kind of caught in their way. We still a family in Christ Jesus. Right. But it's maybe for some of them it wasn't for them to get. It's like we were meant to become those people. I look at, like I was saying, telling Switch, I look at him now and I see what was going on now. Like me, I got like now the label I was looking for, I became that label. You know what I mean? Some of my people, they are those DJs. They are those people that handle lighting. They are those people that handle sound at events. So I think I just think that when I saw that, that's when my whole game plan switched, and I was like, wow. And I also knew that like we fighting so hard to be accepted inside the box when a lot of us is meant to operate out here.
Right. That's a good point.
I mean, that's another thing too I wanted to point out is like, we don't get into the debate and argument, but just so maybe whoever's there can understand how me and P always saw ourselves. We always saw ourselves as Christians in hip hop. We didn't consider what we did Christian hip hop. Now, maybe that's because we was already in the hip hop before we got saved. So it was easy. You know what I'm saying? We found out about Christian hip hop after the fact, or we already was doing it. You know what I'm saying? Wow. We found out about it after the fact. You know what I mean? So for us, it was never all about just the church. It was always about the streets and the church. We always wanted to hit both, the believer and the unbeliever, period. Right. It wasn't about either or. It was about, we want to reach everybody. You know what I'm saying? But after you reach somebody, you know what I mean? You can't just be about the street, because everybody I reached in the street last month, they need somewhere to grow. So I got to do something for the person that's trying to grow, who accepted Christ in their faith anyway. You know what I mean? So we was always about reaching both sides. You know what I'm saying? It was never about just trying to be in the church, and we was just being ourselves. We wasn't trying to come up with a formula saying, let's put the words together like this, and this is how you reach people here. We were just rounding from the heart, man. You know what I mean? I'm Christian for real. And, unfortunately, because there's nothing to brag about, unfortunately, I was a street dude for real. You know what I mean? And, you know, so when I try to do something, I don't have to look and see, well, how are they doing it? How could I intellectually put it together to reach them? How can we do this, Bobby? No, it was just, yo, Cass, everything we did was from the heart, from the inside out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? From the inside out. And I mean, at the end of the day, the only thing people really had over us was resources. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because resources, you know, in America, in a capitalist society, anything you want to do, if you got a checkbook, yo, how much is that cost and who do I make the check to? You would do anything.
Right.
Even me, even like I tell people, the joke I say all the time, I say, yo, pick any sporting event in the world. The World Cup, the World Series, the Super Bowl, and the day of the event when it's sold out, give me a pocket full of money and I bet you I could get in the stadium and see the game.
Right, that's true.
I bet you I could get in this. I could pay my way and get into the stadium and see the game. Guaranteed.
Was the resources also not only financial, but also like a marketing team or things like that? Because I think P was touching on that, and that was in the time.
But you know what it is, though. I'm gonna make it simple for you though, because I know what you're saying. You right, but it was something as simple as this. Because a lot of people look at me and P and they go, yo, they could rhyme, but they not good business dudes. They don't know business. And that's a big misconception people got about it. Sometimes me and P, I meet the person that's the ill marketer for us, and I tell P about it, and we meet them, they ready to rock with us. But they want $4,000 a month.
Bag. Yeah.
Like sometimes we had the team set up where we knew the people to deal with, we just couldn't afford them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got because you got some people that'll help you. God bless their heart, but they just not good at what they do. Sometimes when your man be like, "Yo, my uncle, he just graduated from
manager."
School. God bless his heart, but he's no good. He can't help you. He's not good at what he do. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Sometimes it was like me and P knew business. We knew how to get together the teams and everything, but you got to be able to afford it. You know what I mean? And you got to remember, things are way cheaper now than they were then.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
and
now,
P had a point.
Now where you could get a top of the line video, which your man could record your video for $100 and give you a state of the art video. You talking about we from an era where a person might want $25,000 for a video.
Right.
Yeah.
On a VCR.
That's why music was better. That's why music was better back in the days when it was more expensive to make. Because nobody wasn't gonna play around with a clown artist and waste $500,000 on him. You know what I'm saying? So that's why music was better back in the days, because it was so expensive to make.
Yeah. And I think P had a point. Like now you could be a podcaster and an artist. Back then it was like, nah, you had to just be the artist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You could be everything. That's another thing.
Now you could be a manager. You could do your own marketing. You could do everything, because there's so much resources now that you can available.
Yeah. Right. I mean, Corey Red and Precise, we're not coming back just to rap either. Like we got a lot of other things besides rapping that we're gonna do. Like we're not going to just
backtrack for a second too, man. I just want to backtrack for a second because like Corby said something, and it is one of those things when people hear like Red and P said they never claimed CHH or gospel rap and everything. I have seen this the subject of much debate a lot, but I would ask y'all this, like when it comes to that, like a lot of artists that are maybe not Christian artists, but there's a lot of artists that follow other faiths. You know what I mean? You got artists, you have rappers and singers that believe Islam. You got rappers and singers that are of the 5% nation, Judaism, whatever you have you. But when we see, we don't say, hey, we don't say, hey, this singer, oh, she, like when we hear like a rapper, we don't say, oh, he's a Islam rapper.
Right.
Oh, he's because why? If we did that, we would limit their reach. because it would incline more of people of Islam to look into that artist. So we say, oh, he does hip hop, and why he's putting his faith or whatever he believe in there. With this singer, we don't say, she's into the cult. She's an occultist singer. We don't say that because why? It would limit her reach. You know, but like I said, one thing I'm happy about when it comes to a lot of the artists, like in CHH or whatever, I'm really happy to see everybody put the Christ on display, you know, without fear and no hesitation. Like, yo, we sold out. That's what's up. That's how me and Red is on it. But like I said, but like sometimes think about it. If we sometimes when we let them make us into a subgenre of hip hop, rather than just hey, repping Christ in hip hop, it kind of without us realizing, it tells people, if you're of that faith, you go and listen to that. And none of these artists are marginalized this way. So why would we let them do that to us?
That's facts, because I've never heard anybody say that about Rakim or Poor Righteous.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They just say it's hip hop.
Right.
They didn't say, yo, he does 5% rap.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And to add on to what P's saying, a lot of the people in the body of Christ that do that to us, they kill us twice, because you look at the world and you say, hey, Corey Red and Precise belongs to us. They're Christian rappers. But then when we come into church, y'all don't support us and y'all stab us in our back.
If you let us in.
If you let us in.
So now you marginalize me to the non-Christians I was trying to reach. Right. And then when I came around you stabbed me in my back. Or you help to try to stop people from being into us.
That's a good point.
You understand what I'm saying? So now
when you give
kill me twice.
When you give that CD to the radio station and they know it's Christian, they're like, oh, we're gonna play this at 3 a.m. when nobody's listening,
on
4 a.m. on a Sunday, rather than just playing you on a regular station with everyone else in the mix. You know what I'm saying? So
anytime, anytime, I got DJs hitting me now where they be like, hold up, nah, they listen to what we doing. They be like, nah, this is hip hop. I'm throwing this in a regular rotation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's just by them just listening to it.
Yeah. That's a good point. So how did you, let's go back, like how did you guys, and you guys probably already said this a bunch of times, were you guys rhyming solo? How does a dude from Staten Island in the Bronx connect and become a duo together? Like how did that come about?
Well, I think me and Red kind of heard about each other before we actually met. But he was like I said, we was both like so similar because me and him got so many similarities. So like his whole thing was like he heard of me and he was like, okay, you know, there's a dude from Staten Island doing it for the Lord. That's what's up. But I'm on my mission. And I would hear about him like, oh, word is somebody, because everybody kept saying, yo, I'm telling you, you need to meet this dude Red. I think, you know, and I was like, okay, I was the same way. Like, I'm focused, like, okay, that he doing his mission, but I got to do, you know, what God got me to do. But, you know, long story short, there was just a mutual minister who we, you know, like Pastor O, you know, God bless him, man. They like that brother was really about, hey, he wasn't playing the politics with it. If this is effective, he was right out there in the hood in Brooklyn. He was like, if this is effective, he put church monies and resources into, you know, giving brothers a platform to rep Christ on. So it was one event in Brooklyn he had invited me out to, and he had also invited Red out to. So while
Coney Island.
So while we was out there, like me and my other man from Staten Island that was with me, we vibing with Red. You know, like Red don't get it. He got a real, even in Christ, he got real gangster look on him. You know what I mean? He'll say, nah, man, I don't look up. Like me and my man is sitting there like,
nah, this dude gonna rob me for the Lord.
We were like, so me and my man was feeling him, but we was like, yo, this dude fully inside though. like, what's up with him? But as the more me and Red began to kick it, we didn't start just saying, hey, now that I met you and you met me, let's just start doing music together. We really got to know each other as brothers, as friends. I would go to his events to support him. He would come out to stuff I was doing to support me. And so we didn't just make up a plan to come and do this. It was one time he was on the island with me and we were just vibing. And when we prayed, it's like that's when God revealed that, like, yes, y'all, I got y'all to do a work together. Yes, Red is gonna do his solo stuff. You're gonna do solo stuff, but I gotta work also for y'all to do together. You know, so you know, and that, you know, pretty much that was how it started.
That's why we never had a group name. We called it because we said we just called it Corey Red and Precise because we knew we was going to do solo. And who wants to be known as Corey Red, formerly of the group? You know what I'm saying? Right. That's too much. So we was just like, yo, just Corey Red and Precise. You know what I mean? We tried to be humble. Yo, you could put Precise before Corey Red. Nah, like Corey Red and Precise.
Yeah, because that's what was like, nah, we just I was like, nah, that don't matter, man. Like it sound better, it ring better that way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So and then, you know, we knew. So that was another funny thing. When we started doing solo things, people was like, yo, Corey Red and Precise broke up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they had then that wasn't good enough. They was like, yo, I heard they had a fight, you know, and
they had all kind of stuff.
So y'all didn't have a fight. There was no drama between y'all two.
Nah, that was always the plan.
I love my brother, you man. Because when I didn't see, I love this man because it's like some people only cool with you as long as, you know, you live up to their expectation. But with like, and you know, but like I said, but if you're going through, some people despise you if you're struggling. You know, like what, brother? How could you? Like what? You know, like I'm not, and I'm not saying that to justify any wrong someone do. But like I said, when I was personally going through a lot of storms in my life, and I was on the low from everybody. But this man would still come out hunting me down in Staten Island. You know, he's still on it. And then sometimes people don't realize it's that love that break you down because I ain't want to hear nothing from nobody.
And listen, y'all. Let me just to cut you off. For those of y'all that are not New Yorkers, Staten Island and the Bronx are far away.
It's a big.
It's far away from New York. Yeah.
So for them brothers to keep coming together, that's big.
Yeah,
right there.
And like I said, like I said, other people made me feel like I had 10 heads, but Red still made me feel like a human being. He showed me that his love for me go beyond just us getting on a record together. You know what I mean? Right. And like I said, he was like I said, he just was there to show genuine love, not to excuse anything I was doing, but that played a big part in God kind of like knocking the walls around my heart that had built up.
Right. So what was the first record? Because for me, the first records y'all had was on the Mark of the East, right?
Right.
That's the first joint I heard. I heard that joint on
I'm gonna tell you that one. We was me, him, and his daughter Sasha was in the house on a Sunday, right? And we was looking at, I don't know, it was the Bulls playing somebody. Michael Jordan was killing somebody, right?
Right.
So halftime came and we was just freestyling. Boom, we just freestyling over the beach, you know what I'm saying? So we was freestyling over, that's when Triumph was out, you know what I'm saying? So we was freestyling over Triumph. So then while he was freestyling, I had this hook come to my head, yo, you know what I'm saying? And I said, yo, what you think about this hook? He was like, well, I said, yo, without fear, become, how I go again?
Without fear, we can't preach the gospel in your section for Jesus.
For Jesus, the Boogie Down Shaolin Connection, right? And then so we did the whole song. We felt the hook and we did the song called The Epilogue to that beat. So if you listen to the epilogue, it matches the Triumph because that's what we originally did it to.
Yeah.
So then we went and spit it because the dude, Precise and all them was on the Mark of the East. I wasn't supposed to be on the Mark of the East. They told the dude Severe, yo, it's this dude from the Bronx, Corey Reddy, dope. He said, I don't care. We got too many artists. You know what I'm saying? So I went out there when Precise was recording Who Really Represent, right? I think he was recording Who Really Represent. And then they was doing, and then the thing is, they had the song 6 Million Ways to Die, Choose One, right? So I did the hook for that because they didn't have nobody. He said, let me see you do the hook. So I did the hook. He liked my voice. So, like, yo, he gave me a cassette with 3 beats on it. This when Cats pass you cassettes. It's 98. He gave me a cassette. He said, yo, man, if you could hurry up and do a song, you could be on the album. You know what I'm saying? Wow. And then that's when I did It's My Turn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Turn. And I just did, and all I did with all It's My Turn was just three separate like rhymes. I just put a bunch of rhymes I had in my head and just made 3 verses. The verses don't even match. I think one is like 22 bars and one is 18, and you know what I'm saying?
Back when it was 16 bars back in the day.
Now you can do all kind of formats.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah. So
y'all was ahead of your time. He was ahead of your time. That's just what it was.
and I hated it. I hated the song because I never, if you ask anybody that sing or rap, you're the first person that got to get used to hearing your voice recorded sometimes. Like when you hear yourself recorded, it sounds weird. Mm-hmm. And even though everybody else is saying it's dope, you like, nah, I sound weird. I sound funny. So I ain't going front. I thought my song was whack. When I did It's My Turn, I was like, Dad, yo, my first song ended my rap career. Yo, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I thought my joint was whack. Yo, for real. And then he put that pin. I didn't tell him to do none of that. Pin. I'm like, oh man, my first song. I'm like, Dad. Whose career is old? Who ruins themselves on their first song? I'm like, Dad, I'm done. Our song is whack. And everybody loved it, yo.
Right.
Yep. So you guys had the Mark of the East, right? And then I guess that's when you guys started to get closer, right? With the rhyming together and stuff like that. Was it around that time? And then there was the Frankie
it was a mixtape, right? Y'all did
Frankie
a couple mixtapes before the Resistance is Futile, right?
We had a Can I Eat 2 production out.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah. Like we did mad compilations, right? So then we did that when we went on the tour with the Cross Movement.
I think it was a little bit before that we put out, but we end up taking it with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we went somewhere and we was like, yo, no, I think it was with them because we was working on the Resistance is Futile.
Yeah, but I think we had it done before we got with them.
Yeah, we before done some big. Long story short, we did mad compilations. Remember, that's the 90s. It's the era of compilation. Yeah. Everybody's doing compilation, and we wasn't getting no money off them. So we stopped talking with people. We took every track that we did on every compilation and made an album out of it. Called it Can I Eat 2 Productions. You know what I'm saying?
We had like a black and white slip
cover in there. We made a Xerox copy of black and white with the track list on it. No picture, no nothing. With the jewel cases, the old school jewel cases with the CD. And we was traveling and we was selling more. We was selling more. That was with the movement. Yeah, when we had the jewel cases and all that. Yeah. And we was selling, everywhere we went, we was selling out almost. Had to go find another place in every city we went to make more copies. You know what I'm saying? And that was like our first album we put together, a bootleg, garbage. We just took everybody's
slash album.
I was like, yo, I'm too broke to worry about somebody suing me. I ain't got nothing. What you gonna take my villa in Rome? My string of polo ponies? I ain't got nothing. I ain't worried about nobody suing me.
Sometimes those CDs helped us to have dinner.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Praise God.
So, and that's how we bought them jerseys too. You know what I'm saying? That cost too much. That's them early 2000s when they was
the Mitchell and Ness joints,
catching all them jerseys. You know, paying $100, $200, $300 for some jerseys. That was probably worth about $20.
Made in China, right?
So you guys started, right? You started doing the compilations, right? You had some of the stuff with Street Disciple as well, right? With Street Disciple, Street Disciple was with you guys around that time, right? That's you guys started connecting with him then.
Yeah, when we met, we started messing with him when we was running around with Frankie Covers.
Yeah. Street Disciple was a dude. Well, cats in Brownsville know these guys. It was a crew in Brownsville called the Hell Figures, and my man Jermaine was with them, and then he got saved, and he just wanted to rhyme for God, and somehow him and Frank worked up. Frank was like, yo, I got these other brothers, yo, you need to get with them. And that's how we got with Street Disciple. And we had a song called Laughing at Christian. I tell P that song we called Laughing at Christians. We called it Laughing at Christians because we was killing bars. So we was trying to make a song that you couldn't laugh at. You know what I'm saying? So we called it Laughing at Christians, but we wanted to make a song that was so bar heavy you couldn't laugh at us. You know what I'm saying? So that to me, we did that in '99. This how long ago it was. It was on Tommy Boy. Just before Tommy Boy folded. And to me, that was the Jesus Walks of 1999. You know what I'm saying? But it never came out because Tommy Boy was folding, and you know, it never came through. They didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get it. It was like, we don't get it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So they didn't get it. So I never got.
You guys got offered you guys had a deal then, pretty much with Tommy
No,
Boy.
Frank had the deal with Tommy Boy already.
Okay,
he was already with Tommy Boy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so he was just like, "Yo, I'm gonna put this joint out called the God Squad. Get it? You know what I'm saying?" Right. And we did the joint, and you know that's when we met Trey Z. Todd Bangs. Now he was Trey Z at the time, but then Jay Z blew up, so he had to change his name. He couldn't, even though he was Trey Z before Jay Z blew up, but he had to change his name. And you know what I'm saying? He's Todd Bangs now. Yeah. And Jermaine, you know, Jermaine did his thing. Jermaine, right about a couple of months after 9/11, Jermaine had a heart attack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He passed. You know what I'm saying? So that's why on the joint I said the illest MC you never heard.
Never
heard.
Yeah.
Wow. Good stuff, man. That's crazy. This is so reminiscent right now.
Yeah.
And it's like he knew he was going to die because I had a conversation with him like a couple of weeks before he died. And he was like, yo, man, I'm just saying, somehow we was talking about funerals. He said, yo, Red, word up. Yo, when y'all come to my funeral, man, yo, I don't want y'all sad and crying. I want y'all praising God and laughing and joking. And I want y'all to be happy because I made it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we did. We were sad when we first got there, but I remember he said that. So I said, yo, this is how he said he wanted us to be, man. So we just celebrated him and had a good time. You know what I mean?
Wow. Praise God, man. Whew. Just hearing these stories is like taking it back, man. You know what I'm saying? And then after
New
that,
York in the background.
Yeah, that's New York.
That's New York.
So then you guys started dropping the mixtapes after that, right? Ramen, Jack.
Yeah, Street Prophecy.
Street Prophecy, yeah.
And that was like, so are you guys doing like I guess what they would say full-time ministry, right? Well, it was just like y'all was
at that time.
At that time, yeah. When they were still inviting us out.
Yeah. Like I mean, we was doing everything. We go to churches, we go to nightclubs, we go to prisons, we go to juvenile detention center, we go to Uncle Bob's cookout, we go to. I remember one time they invited us to like you just got invited to weird stuff like single mothers who don't get it. No, for real, I got invited to a joint in Brooklyn. It was the whole thing was single mothers who can't get along with their mother.
What?
And so the lady called me. She said, "I want you to come out and speak." I'm like, "They don't want to hear me."
When they his sister, right?
I said, "They don't want. You sure they want to hear me?" And then she brought me out there, and it was a powerful thing. You know what I mean? Oh, I remember one time I went up to Bedford Hills. For people who don't know, Bedford Hills is the big women's prison in New York State. And when I went to speak to the women up in Bedford Hills, I told them, I said, "Yo, most of y'all, I was here before y'all." You know what I'm saying? So they was like, "What? What is he? You know, is he transgender? What happened?" I said, "Nah." I said, "I came to see my mom's here when I was 10. You know what I'm saying? Back in '79. So they was like, "Oh," you know what I mean? So then I just took it from there. You know what I mean? We had nice talk and dialogue, you know, shared the word with them and everything. And me and P would go anywhere. We was at the Pentagon. We was at
we're actually the first people to ever do music in the Pentagon.
How did you end up at the Pentagon, man?
Oh man, you telling P I'm talking too much.
That was it's all good, man. That was I don't know if y'all remember Danny Wilson and the whole holy hip hop movement he was trying to, push or whatever. There's been so many different names, holy hip hop, gospel rap, CHH. I can't keep up with them all, but he had to connect with that. So they brought out he made a presentation to them.
No, Eddie Velez was in the military.
Yeah.
And one of his superior officers was in the Pentagon, and he
Right.
seen what they was doing. He said, "Yo, get you a whole battalion and bring them to the Pentagon."
So I think it was me, Red, the Gospel Gangsters, and you remember what's Red? What's the name? What's the other the guy and the girl that was with us? They were a group. I forgot the name of that group.
From Tunnel Rats?
Oh no. Canton Jones and his wife was there.
No. I'm
Canton
talking about
Jones
the
and his
guy
wife.
with like Ricardo Flo and the other and I think.
Oh yeah, Ricardo Flo and
and the girl that was with him.
What's her name? Oh, she was
I can't
dope.
remember the sis. God forgive me.
Dope
I can't remember
poetry.
the sis name like that. But we was the first. But bottom line is, all of us was the first people to actually do music in the Pentagon.
Wow.
Yo, Tommy, Urban Disciple Hack, cats was spinning on their head and spinning on their backs in the hallway and all that. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna ask you about that collab.
You don't understand. You don't understand. We had war in Afghanistan, maybe Iraq too. Yo, I'm talking about 4-star 3 and 4-star generals.
Platinum Souls.
We was right in the
You see
beginning.
comments? Platinum Souls. That was their name. Somebody in the comments put it.
Yeah,
that's my Brimson.
What's his name? We on
Platinum Souls.
Ty Scott was her name.
Yeah, but the name of the group was Platinum Souls.
Yeah, Platinum Souls. But I ain't want to leave Ty out because we big.
Right.
Ty Scott, she got this dope.
She awesome,
joint
man.
called
Wherever
Superman,
you at,
but
wherever you
anyway.
at, sis, God bless you, man. Can't
Wow.
Switch, you don't understand it. We in the Pentagon, right where you come in. There's 2 escalators that come up to the main concourse where they got like the, KFC and McDonald's and everything. We made a stage right there. You know what I'm saying? And you got generals coming in to come talk about like war games and all that. And when they come up the escalator, dudes is spinning on their heads. You know what I'm saying? and then you got you gotta remember, and you gotta look at the scene. Now Chili Baby's there. Chili Baby's straight Cali. He got the long braided beard and with the bald head with the slippers on. Talking about, he said, I don't wear church sneakers. I rock gangster slippers. You know what I'm saying? And you got cats spinning on their head, and me and P is rhyming and da-da-da-da-da. Yo, the generals is looking at us like, this is what's wrong with this country right now. You know what I'm saying? You understand? And then we stopping and we speaking. And we speaking like all these top brass military people is coming through, and we talking about, because the country and the Book of Revelation and your archangels.
Check this out. We got like for the church that would be on us. But remember, like we spoke earlier, how we speak about ills in the street, in the ghetto, and the government. But where they were so scared, when we performed in there, we left there and they gave us a medal. So apparently they didn't have a problem with it.
Wow.
Well, not that they said at the time. Maybe that's the reason for the decline of the sales. We're going to give you this medal, and then nobody going to hear from y'all two for a while.
Look, we're going to give you this medal, but what you don't know, it is a bug inside of it. We're going to listen to everything you say.
Let's go. Let's talk about it.
I'm laughing at Prince's comment because he's like, the feds had him go rap so they could keep tabs on him. Now I'm thinking about the medal.
They give us a medal and put a bug in it.
Yo, what up, big?
Yeah, we got to catch up with some of these. Mike O says, first time tuning in. Woo, this is a classic.
Yo, big up, what up, Mike, man? God bless, bro.
Les says production was bad on that horn. Song were all off volume wise.
What song is that? I don't know what song you're talking about.
Oh, he probably talking about E Productions.
Yeah.
Can I eat too?
No, that was a sonic nightmare, man. But like I said,
it was horrible.
That was a sonic nightmare, but it kept food in our stomach, though. You know what I mean?
It was horrible. I mean, imagine snatching like 11 songs from 9 compilations. How it was going to sound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And in those days, everybody claimed they could engineer, and they claimed they could mix and master. But
right.
And mind you, this is like around the time like Pro Tools is just coming out. You know what I'm saying? Or or we just starting to get up on Pro Tools. The movie's been. You know what I'm saying?
And think about it. Even look at you. See how I'm talking to y'all now? I don't have a high pitched voice, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I didn't have a high pitched voice then. But if every song you heard me on, I sound like I was 13 years old.
What was the unity like in those days and in those times, right? Was there like division? Was it like,
well, okay, like I said, like me and my man really don't got like the rest, so there's no resentment in our heart and everything like. But one regret I do, one thing that did kind of like made me down a little bit in those times was like, yeah, for those of y'all to get to know us, you know what I mean? If you really take the time to, because I know like everybody likes to be a mediator. They know, like, so everybody kind of hears secondhand what's up with Red and what's up with Precise.
Right.
And sometimes you get a kind of off balance picture of what dudes is really like. But for anyone that knows us, like we love fellowshipping with the brothers, with the sisters, vibing. We never had this thing like, oh, it's got to be us, the ones that get out and do it, and we got to be the premier dudes that do it. We recognized the position where we was at and the things that was happening around us, but we never felt we always thought like we're looking forward to linking arms with brothers and sisters and doing this work. But a lot of times, if I'm being honest, a lot of brothers and the body saw, I'm not taking away from the genuine love,
right?
Yeah.
But there was a lot of people that kind of rather than see us as, okay, these are my brothers, let's support them, like the way we felt. It was Corey Red and Precise became something to outdo. You know what I mean?
Right. And just for the record too, I'm glad you brought that up, Pete. Just for the record, I just want to clear some things up from the horse's mouth. This is what me and P is about. Look, I'm from New York, and I'm glad to be from New York. But we love all the regions, man. We with the West, the South. If you from Russia, you could be from Hawaii. Like we ain't on we're not into the regional geographical wars. No matter where you from, man, we got love for you and we rock with you. Also, I want to deal with the generational wars. Me and Pete, we with the young people, man. I love the young people, the old people, the in-betweens, the big people, the slim people, the short people, the tall people. You got an accent from New York or LA or Jacksonville, Florida. Me and Pete, we with it all, man. We ain't with none of these the gender wars. We ain't against women and this, that, and the third. I mean, we do feel like there's a leadership role that men have lacked and that they need to stand up to. That's the way God made us.
Right.
So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It ain't me. Call God a male chauvinist pig. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't with the gender wars. We love women. We encourage women. We pray for women. We make songs that, you know what I'm saying, deal with, you know what I'm saying, encourage women, make them feel better. You know what I mean? Even when we did a particular song, if we was talking about a particular type of woman, we made sure that that's just that woman for that song. We ain't saying all women is like this woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so all that, when it comes to Corey Red and Precise, when I come to the West Coast, don't be mad at me because I'm from New York, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying? When I
ain't got no problem with New York, man.
When I come to Miami, like, I'm sorry for the other New Yorkers that got you mad at them, but I'm not against Miami, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all, you know what I'm saying? Right now in America, it's the elite versus the American people. Period. It's beyond gender and it's beyond economic class. What they're doing in our country right now, as they set up the worldwide Great Reset, and they changing the economics of the whole world to make basically what they're doing is they rearranging and making the whole world become a communist world. The whole world is going to become communist.
Yeah.
Straight up and down. This is the transition that we're doing now. This is what's going on in the world. So while that's going on, they're doing that against all American people. What they do is they always arrange us and put us in different camps to be against each other.
Right, divided.
But while we're against each other in all these different camps, they got a steamroller that's coming to flatten all of us.
Uh-oh.
Yes, facts.
Like the young kids say, #fat. Facts. Facts. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Yeah.
So you guys felt like with as far as like unit, because I remember you had the blogs back then, right? You had the holy culture, right? You had all those different things, right? And then it started becoming like, oh, and we still have that till today, right? Like you have the Reach Records is this, and then this company's this, and you know the competitiveness that really the people do, right? Like they kind of prop up people against one another. Did you guys sense that? Like, yeah, go ahead, Rick.
That's a hip hop issue. You know why most rappers got beef with each other? Because the fans of the rappers got beef with each other. They hype stuff up, and a lot of artists aren't secure enough with themselves to not get pulled into it. So it's like, let's say you a host. Let's say you got a big time show. Let's say I'm an A-list artist. You call me on your show and you say, yo, so what do you got to say about, Precise was coming at you hard body, man. He was saying, yo, da-da-da-da-da. Now, me, the artist, I didn't even hear what Precise said.
Right.
But you, as the mediator, you touch on my insecurities. The first thing I start saying is, what? Precise said what? Yo, tell that da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Next thing you know, me and Precise got beef, and we ain't seen each other in 3 years because we ain't on the same tours together.
Right.
How we got beef and we don't even be around each other. But we let the fans a lot of times create the hype. And somebody say one thing and they take it out of context and say, oh, Precise was talking about Corey Red. And then Corey Red, when I'm on a show, half the time, half these artists, they so high and drunk and got so much alternate mind stuff going on. When the person that's speaking in the interview throw a seed out, they bite it. They throw the seed out and they bite it. Now they got beef with a person and you didn't even hear what they say. You just jumped right on it and went in on them. So a lot of I would say more than 50% of the wars with artists in the music industry was hyped up by the fans. The biggest problems with rap beefs is the fans of music hyping stuff up. And the artists not being man and woman enough and secure about themselves to not be allowed themselves to get pulled into.
That's true.
That's my opinion.
And then labels love it, right? Some of the labels tell you, yo, start drama, start beef, because we need this to go the clout. We need the clout.
And it generates money.
Yeah. Yeah,
right. And so we make money and we don't mind putting you in a position because now you and this person that's getting the beat, y'all can actually really hurt one another, even take somebody. I hit the move by mistake. We don't care about that because we just about making money. So that's irresponsible journalism right there. So you got the fans and irresponsible journalism that really is the cause of the majority of the rap beef. And so it's the fans, it's irresponsible journalism and insecure artists who allow themselves to get pulled into that caused the beef.
Wow.
But you don't hear me though. You know what I mean?
Yo, we had a question from a fan. Now that we're speaking about, because you had mentioned the younger generation, a fan had asked, it says, ask them what's the landscape of New York Christian rap looking like these days since they started, and who are some of the up and comers we should be on the lookout for?
Definitely. First of all, I apologize because I know right off the head I'm not going to remember everybody I'm supposed to say.
Yeah.
But off the head, I'm just going to go with off the head. Yo, brother, Marcus, Pete, we were just talking about him, how much we love him.
Definitely dope. He definitely got a lot.
What's his full name? Aaron.
And Marcus Aaron Pass. I really like him, you know?
Yeah. That's my man. We were just talking about we love this guy. Good heart.
Really love
good flow,
Prestavia.
Original Prestavia.
The sister Prestavia.
My other man, Slim.
She's just deadly to me. She's awesome, you know?
Yeah.
You got my man.
There's a few other. I'm bad. Like I said, sometimes I'm bad with names, but there's New York is full of spitters right now. It's full of people that like, and it's not. What I like is I see, because I meet is one thing when you meet someone that's nice on the mic, but then because I know a lot of people, some people are nice on the mic, but you don't feel like you don't feel that they heart when you're around them. You know what I mean? But I think but there's a lot of people that they hearts and the rhymes is matching up. You know what I mean? That's really dope. These real heads.
Right.
Yeah, and then my man, that the joint we did the cipher for Kingdom Time, Cypher 1, the slim dude at the end, my man. Oh man, I'm doing him a disservice right now. I'm bad with names, man. I just be knowing faces, man. But it's a lot of. I mean, there's a lot of young people also want to come up that's dope. You know what I'm saying? They got their business together and everything. Like I said, me and Precise, we not with the old against the young, man. Well, that's what I want to get out there. Young people, we not with the old against the young, man. We not against y'all, man.
Yeah,
Redeem. Yo, Redeem, that's my dude. I'm my bag. Redeem, forgive me, baby. But I'm just saying, like, yo, the young people, Corey Red and Precise, if you young, we not against y'all, man. We with y'all, man. We want to hook up and do things. We not against the young people. We not against people from the South. We're not against people from the West, from Moscow or Hawaii. We're not against other ethnicities. You know what I'm saying? We just, you know what I'm saying? If you we can get on the same page.
That's your work too, though, right? Because you did a song with Urban D. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we did songs with Urban D. We did songs with the Cross Movement. You know what
I'm saying? Like, so
you know, we're gonna do. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people that you've seen us around, and you said, why y'all never did something with, without naming names.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do nothing with them because they didn't want to do nothing with me and P. It wasn't mutual. They didn't want to do nothing with me and P. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. I ain't trying to start nothing. I'm just telling you what it is.
And like for me also, like some people, like if you jumping at me on music first, sometimes I like to vibe with you a little something first. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't like to like just jump straight to the booth. Like I don't know you from a hole in the wall.
Right.
So so I don't know you from a hole in the wall. I just want, like how they said in Scarface, I just like to know who I'm doing business with. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So and like I said, and like just to piggyback, like how you know, like I think the more me and Switch was talking about this the other day was like, yesterday actually is like I think it's like when you like it. There's nothing doper than seeing like when it comes to the old and the young, the strength of the young meeting the wisdom of the older, the brother when we and the body come together, and because there's specific gifts put in everybody to accomplish what they've been called to accomplish, and when we all get together and put those gifts together as a body, and we see the work that gets accomplished, like there's nothing better than that to me. I'm looking forward more than anything to working with everybody, especially in these times. So I'm looking forward to the young, the old, everybody coming together, brothers, sisters. Like I want to get on stage with some heavy metal dudes that of the same mind state that me and Red is, but they just electric guitared out and doing their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yo, let's headbang,
it's
baby.
Time. It's time. Like the whole world is setting their stage for what they doing. The whole world is setting their stage for what we doing, for what they doing. So it's about time that we kind of put some of these petty differences aside and link up and do what we got to do. It's not much time left to do it.
Yeah,
for real.
Now, do you guys have any like encouragement? Because recently there's been a few different individuals who are renouncing their faith, right? And they've done Christian hip hop or for a little minute, or they've been doing it for a while. Is there anything like you would tell, like maybe to prevent someone from going in that direction, or to someone who has made that statement loud and clear? Is there anything that y'all would advise?
I mean, when it comes to stuff like that, speaking for myself, I believe what Jesus said. Jesus told Peter straight, yo, except the Father draw you, you know what I'm saying? You can't come. Except the Father keep you, you can't be kept. So I can't I have no words to stop people from just coming to the conclusion that Jesus ain't Lord, and they don't want to get down with it no more. That's going to continue to happen, and it's going to happen even more as the days go on. So I can't. That's not something I can stop. You know what I'm saying? That people going to do that. You know what I mean? All I could do is I could pray for them. I could feel for them. You know what I mean? I mean, as far as the situation that's going on with Fanatic, right now, me and P, we ain't really, you know, him and his partner is doing what they doing. They going back and forth on that now. So I'm gonna let Ambassador and Fanatic go back and forth because I know both of them. You know what I'm saying? I know them personally. You know what I'm saying? So I know the love that I know how there's a genuine side to both of them. You know, Fanatic, he got free will. He can feel how he want to feel. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Ambassador, you know, that's his brother. He gonna do what he got to do. You know what I'm saying? And for now, me and P, and I'm not trying to speak for P, but I'm just saying for now, we ain't really trying to jump in all that right now. Right? I'm cool right now. Just eating popcorn and watching him and Deuce and him and Ambassador. We call him Deuce, but I know him as Ambassador.
Right.
Watching them go back and forth and deal with that. You know what I mean? I mean, all I can say is, you know, it don't affect me. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Lord. You know what I mean? And I would hope, you know, when the brothers that I know that are doing their thing for the Lord, you know, it's one thing if you say you know, you're doing your thing for the Lord, but it's another thing, like after a while, if you put yourself as like a challenging God, you know what I'm saying, an enemy God, that, you know, that causes different dynamics and different ways to look at things. Now it's like, you know, it's like me and you, Sway. It's like me and you was cool, and I'm saying I'm not cool with Switch no more. You like, all right, but me and Red was all right. But it's another thing if every time you come out your door, I'm standing in front of your door with a mean mug. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That one day, sooner or later, you're going to feel uncomfortable, and you're going to come out the house with that thing. You know what I'm saying? And be like, yo, what's good? You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, right now, I mean, I'm praying. I mean, I know Fanatic personally. I pray for him. I love him. I hope everything, you know, I don't know what he's going through or what he went through. But as far as like jumping, I can't jump off every Tom and Dick and Harry that say he don't believe in God no more. You know what I'm saying? Because I got stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? I got family and I got stuff to do. I can't be chasing everybody that say, oh, Jesus ain't Lord no more. I don't believe. But I pray for you. I hope it work out, but I got stuff to do, man. And I ain't got time to run around everybody that don't believe Jesus is Lord no more. But right now, speaking for myself, not trying to speak for Precise, I love Fanatic, praying for him, hope everything. I don't know what his situation is.
Right.
But as far as going at it with him, right now, I'm just gonna eat popcorn and watch him and Ambassador go back and forth at it. You know what I'm saying? And I hope you just God be glorified and the best thing happens for whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I don't got no word to stop people from leaving God, man.
Yeah.
There's no encouragement. I don't got no word to stop people from leaving or believing in God. That's the individual's choice. You know, God gave everybody free will. So if somebody exercise their free will to not believe, I don't got no word to tell nobody nothing about that. You know, do what you do, you baby. I got to do what I got to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. And Ambassador would be the best.
If I could jump into it, like if I could just jump in right quick too, is like I like Red said, I don't want to really I don't like to tackle anybody's individual situation because I don't know what got you to the place or what's going on with you right now. Like, you know what I mean? So I, you know, like Red said, I'll just watch and prayerful for right now. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, like, you know, you know, because like I said, there's a lot of stuff that it's just I would like to hear fully, you know, because there's some holes with that I'm waiting for it to be filled in when it comes to what the brother's saying. I know what I heard that I'm not in agreement with, but there's still specific holes that, you know, I'm just praying for him about and seeing, hey, like, is it just this or is Jesus Lord still? Like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I don't know. You know what I mean? So like I said, I'm gonna just sit back and pray on that. Now, as far as just encouragement to anybody else, like just like I'll throw this at you, like you guys that like anybody married in the room or in a serious relationship.
We all married. We all married.
All right. So Do you trust your wives?
Yeah.
Do you always understand your wives?
No.
Not all.
Right.
No.
Right.
Nope. Who understands a woman?
But in
24/7?
spite of you not understanding everything, you trust, and you trust nonetheless, right?
Absolutely.
So sometimes God, you're not gonna understand everything. You know what I mean? And this goes. I'm not speaking to Brady's situation.
Right.
I'm just speaking. You telling me to give
Because I'm saying
encouragement
in general, right?
in general. I'm speaking in general to anyone. Like, in this walk, I like me and my man been doing this for a couple of decades. And this walk, I have not understood everything that transpired. I have not. But just like with my wife, we don't always understand, but we trust. I trust that she has my best interest at heart. She trusts that I have her best interest at heart. Sometimes your servitude toward Christ is not contingent on your understanding. It's do you trust him?
Right. Good stuff, man.
That's good.
Some gems right there.
Facts, bro.
So what we got going on? We got some
Prologue.
projects. We got some projects dropping. Like,
Yeah, I want to hear this. I want to hear the plans because Corey
'Cause
Red said we're not coming back just with music.
I
We
seen
got
the
other
fourth-
stuff. We got other stuff going on.
I seen the fourth quarter come out, and I'm like,
The fourth quarter's in stores right now, man. Big shout
Everywhere
out
where
to,
music is sold.
you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to my man Domingo from MediaFamous.com for any of y'all artists that's looking for distribution out there. Like I'm gonna plug them. Check out MediaFamous.com.
Nice.
They're awesome, spectacular. My brother Domingo runs it. Not only that, like he's a legendary producer in hip hop. So you talking about he's produced everyone from
that's what he did
KRS to Big Daddy, huh?
He did Pun.
Yeah, Big Pun, Fat
Everybody.
Joe, KRS,
Okay.
Wu-Tang, Nas,
All right.
Amy Winehouse, Madonna, you name it. And me and Red have been fortunate to just vibe with this brother and been given and been working with him. So that's the man that produced every track on the fourth quarter, and he's also producing every track on the Corey Red and Precise project that's coming up in a couple of months called The Prologue.
The prologue.
The Prologue.
Yeah. The Prologue.
So like I said, just to stay updated and to what me and my man doing. Just go to facebook.com/Corey Red and Precise. Anything that's going on with us, what's coming up, when it's coming up, you'll see it right there.
I seen y'all YouTube as well, right? Y'all got the YouTube channel.
We got
Y'all did an
YouTube,
interview
Corey Red and
2 weeks
Precise
ago.
YouTube. We got the Facebook, you know. But like I said, like if you want info, for those want info, we'll put music mostly on the YouTube page. You know what I mean?
Riggs says, "Why did y'all name it that?"
No, the prologue is like it's a theatrical word. The prologue is the opening scene in a movie or a play, and so this is just like the opening scene and whatever God got next for Corey Red and Precise.
Right.
That's why on the cover you see we got the classic faces of tragedy and comedy. You know what I'm saying? And it's yellow and white like a playbill when you go to a Broadway play, or you go to any play.
Yeah. So like I said, it's looking like we're not certain yet, but it's looking like we'll do the release party in Atlanta. So hopefully we get to see some of y'all out there.
Oh,
yeah, we're gonna. Because New York is too unpredictable, man.
It's hard to do in New York nowadays, bro.
With the Mad, yeah, I feel y'all.
New York,
it's kind of hard, man. And be on the lookout too, man. There's a play coming out on Broadway called Hip Hop Chronicles, so I might be up in that too. So just be on the lookout for that.
Oh, dude, doing Broadway shows.
Yeah, man. Like stuff happening, man.
I told you.
Okay.
Josh Cook says the legendary crew. Word.
What up, Josh? What's good, bro? What's good, bro?
Oh man, that's great. So when's this project dropping?
Like I said, we 7 songs done already. I mean, we're working on the last 4 now. So as soon as but you know, like how it is, you know, like one thing.
Right now, it's looking like to give you a simple answer, like the second or the third quarter.
Second or the third quarter.
Something like that.
The production of it will be done way before that. But one thing Tom has taught me and Red is You know, we're not just going to throw it out as soon as it's done. You got to put your promotion, you got to put your marketing behind it, you got to drop your singles and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all this: with the recording together, right? Do y'all ever be like, yo, you could have came a little hard on that verse, or yo, maybe you should rewrite that verse?
We do that, but we do that. But one thing about Red and myself, there's no worse critique on us than our own self. Because sometimes I write something before Red even hear it. I be like,
he already say I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what it is with me and him? Like we're easy on other people. Like if you ask me about other people, when everybody ragging them, I'll be like, nah, well, you know they all right. You know what I mean? I'm not hard on people.
Bless his
For
heart.
myself, I'm hard. So so it's like we call ourselves whack all the time. So it's like there's a lot of stuff that I do. I'll be like, nah, verse is whack, and I'll just do it over. Or the first 8 bars was good, and it's like it's 4 a.m, so I'm kind of just like breezing it through the other bars, and it's like, you know what? I'm tired. Let me go to bed and wake up fresh and finish the other 8. You know what I mean? So.
Example.
We really have to do that to each other because we hard on we
hard on
he won't even let
ourselves.
me hear it. Like he won't even let me hear it. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, yo, it's whack.
So we got a mutual respect for each other's prowess on the microphone on the art side. So so like we got like and our whole crew is nice. So we got a crew joint we about to go record. It's me, Red, my man Prisoner, y'all might know him better as Cross Cypher, and my man
Minister Zion.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm the type, since I'm like, dog, yo, these are my dudes, but all my dudes is nice, son. So just like what 2 nights ago, I'm like, I'm still the rhyme is like, I feel like I did fire job on the rhyme, but I'm down to the wire, like, but this line right here, nah, even down to the last second, but this, I can make this sound flat, but the words can flow better on this. So like I said, most of the time, we don't gotta come at each other like we so hard on ourselves.
Right.
And then like sometimes they be like, yo, Red, why you always have your mans rhyme on your joint? Because I don't feel like the politics and the thing with trying to get a verse from somebody, man. I don't got time for that, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes
like
we offer people a
I'm
chance
a rapper
to get on it.
Right now, I'm a right now until God release me. I'm a rapper with a job, man. So I'm doing 16-hour shifts. I ain't got time to be begging nobody for no verse. And then they want to rhyme with me. Then somebody they talk to say, yo, them are some funny dudes right there. I don't know if you want to rhyme with them. And I ain't got time for all that,
it
man.
happens.
I ain't got time for all that. So I just happen to have good friends that's nice with the rhyming. So when I need an extra verse, I just get them. You know what I mean? And another thing too, just for the record, there's this misconception that Corey Red think he can say whatever he want to say. No, I don't. There's precise to tell you, there's mad stuff that I didn't say and throughout. And I police myself like, nah, I can't say that. Or some things God will let me know, you better not say that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Or even and then sometimes P is my man, but P be like, I don't know, Red, about that one right there. You know what I'm saying? And I listen to my man. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes it's just like, sorry, gotta say it how it mean to be said. Sorry. You know what I mean? So, but I just want people to know, like, I'm not a loose cannon who think I could do whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do police myself. I do, filter myself. And, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not saying that everything I ever said, that I have never said things that I didn't go over the line. But the things that people accuse me of going over the line, I just don't see it. You know what I mean? Like, if like, there's mad sexual diseases out there. So if I warn fellas in a rhyme and I say, fellas, be careful, you got women out there whose vaginas have meningitis. Then people say, yo, he's foul and he's vulgar. But I didn't say the P word. I called it the biological, anatomical name that it's called. And I'm just trying to protect people from out there to let them know. I mean, I think you know what it is? Because I work in the ER. So I see people when they come and take the HIV test, find out they got HIV and they crying boo-hoo. So sexual diseases and STDs mean a little more to me than the average person because I see people every day when they find out their results and they boo-hoo crying. You know what I'm saying? So I just got this thing on me. I be trying to keep people from, catching sexual diseases and
I
stuff.
think
You know what I mean?
I think we had Red as one of the most vulgar. We had an episode where we said who has the most vulgar Christian rap, and it was Red, and I think 7 out in the West Coast.
Yeah,
Remember
you know,
said head case, so they give me head in the staircase, and people were
not
going
real,
crazy
not talk about that. It's good. I had a pastor, right, and he came to me after. I was at service one time. Service was great. I'm all hype. So this pastor came. He said, "I heard your mixtape, Red brother, and you know, I didn't appreciate. I just think you were out of line when you said, because in the rhyme I said, I'm tired of hearing. I said about young girls giving head in the staircase. He said, I think you were out of line. I said, I don't think I was out of line. So that was part A. That same pastor came to me 3 months later, and he said he asked about a young girl that he was ministering to in the project. And when he asked about it, the brother said, oh, she giving cats head in the staircase. You know what I'm saying? So then he came back to me and apologized. And he said, you know what? You know what I mean? I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You know what I mean? And so I'm not a shock jock. Like, I don't say things because I don't have nothing else to say to rhyme, and I just want to say something to just, you know, get people out of line. But, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, I police myself, but there's some things, man, it ain't no way to say it but to say it, man. You know what I mean? And you know, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Look, man, I only live one side on this time right here. You know what I mean? And when I'm dead and gone, you know what I'm saying? I'm dead and gone. And whatever everybody was saying about me ain't gonna mean nothing, whether they was right or wrong. You know what I mean? So I'm doing what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I can say about, you know, the people who are looking to see if Red and P is gonna say something crazy on this album, nah, we just rhyming, yo. So there's really nothing controversial on this one right here. I mean, for you to find something controversial on here, that's really you making a stretch. So for those people who can't wait to hear our album because they think we're gonna say something controversial and that they could go about, ain't nothing controversial on this one, baby. We just rhyme. So catch us on. You know, I ain't gonna front. Catch me on the mixtape. You might get me, but this album right here, the prologue, you ain't got nothing. You ain't gonna have nothing to say about us on here because we just rhyming, baby. You know what I mean?
I hear that.
Sorry. Not sorry.
Oh man. Yo, that's what's up, man. Yo, does anybody else got any more questions, man?
Yeah, I got a question, man. I got a question. What's the story? How'd y'all meet, man? Switch and Corey Red and Precise, man. Because I'm hearing like, yo, I was on the jack with Switch and this and that and the third. I want to know.
But at that time, I was rolling with I was rolling with Lavoisier.
Shout out to
Voss. Richie Righteous had the emergency room events that he was throwing. I think it was like monthly or weekly or something like that.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I knew about Corey Red and Precise before I met them. Like, these dudes were like, and I still say to the day, like, these are my CHH goats.
Oh,
you know
facts,
what I'm saying? Like, these are the guys that I looked up to. You know what I mean? Because they were street. Red was from the Bronx. You know, Precise, he was from New York, and he had the rhyming ability.
Baby, let's get it right.
You know,
he didn't want to shout out. He didn't
that don't count. That don't count. Don't tell
me. We better count.
Nah, I'm just playing. But you know, like, so
there's a lot of hands on here from Staten Island watching this. You better
260 where you at? 260 where you at, baby?
Parker, shout out to Parker.
Yeah.
60 where you at?
On here. They watching.
So, you know, like I said, I knew the mark of the East, the Frankie Cutlass joints, the mixtape, the Street Prophecy. So I was a big fan. So when I met them, I ain't gonna front, I was starstruck. I'm like, yo, these guys are because at that time Christian rap was like, it was nothing but
nobody was spitting like that.
Nah,
nobody was spitting like that.
Yeah, there was a few brothers, but they weren't like as consistent as them, you know what I mean, and as accessible because they'll be everywhere. You know what I mean? Like they said, they was in the prison, they were everywhere.
Everywhere that they was, still pop up. You know what I mean?
They were like the hottest item to get on. Like, you know, I was in Florida Man at church. Shouts out to Les mentioned it. He's like, yo, give Fort Amount a shout out. You know, they had the coffee houses. That's when I saw them first
Oh,
perform.
yo, I think I remember that.
Yeah, where they had the little prayer in the basement, the little prayer room.
Yeah.
That's in the Bronx, right there in Fordham Road. That's, you know, they were like the hottest thing to get at that time. It was like, yo, you got to get Corey Red and Precise to the coffee house or whatever was popping back then. It was just like they ran it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Seeing them at the anyway, fast forward.
Yo,
yeah, go ahead.
Everything to me because I know, like me, in my lifetime, I've met a lot of famous people in my life. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain famous people that I met, no matter whatever they did, and they just wasn't nice people when I met them. Yo, I mean, they wasn't the person that I thought I resonated with and connected with through their art form. When I met them in person, yo, I was like, yo, man, let's rob this. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I almost said the N-word, but I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, and I always tell P, man, I always pray, God. I said, Lord, now don't get me wrong. Sometimes you be at a concert and there's people got you surrounded talking, and there's somebody on the side, they want to talk to you, and you kind of caught up and they feel like you played them short and they might be mad. To those people, I apologize, but it wasn't intentional. I'm just, you know, I'm overwhelmed. I'm surrounded by 20 people.
So much stuff going on.
Yeah. Right. But I've always tried to live in a way where when people meet me in person, that they, you know what I'm saying? Because I know how that feels when you hear somebody record you feel, or you see somebody movie, or you see a athlete that you met, and then you meet them in person, and they an a-hole, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, I just used to pray to God, like, Lord, when people meet me, please don't, you know what I mean? Don't let me rub them the wrong way or disrespect them or be condescending to them. Or look, I just want people to just know I'm a regular person. And so I know sometimes maybe somebody wanted to talk to me. I couldn't talk to them. They like Red as a sucker, whatever. I apologize. You know, you can't please everybody, but I know for the most part, me and Precise, it's very important to us that when you meet us in person, you meet the same person you felt on the record, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. That means a lot to us, man. For real.
Right. And that's what it was. We met them in emergency room, and it was like, yo, like Corey Red and Precise. And
I can see that.
Meeting them and then chopping it up. And then it was just like, and then, you know, I ran into Red like years later after all that, because like I remember I had kind of departed for years as well.
Right.
So
yeah, I ran into switch in the streets. So we run each other anywhere in the streets or something, you know, man.
In the Bronx, you know, it's a small borough, but we live like mad close to each other at that time too. So it's amazing, and just to have y'all here and to see that y'all gonna continue to move forward. You know what I mean? And
I'm going to the end, baby. Jesus is Lord, man. I'm going to the end, baby.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
For real.
Amen.
With that being said, you got anything else y'all want to say? Anything y'all want to plug in?
Yo, the prologue is coming.
The prologue is coming.
Prologue is coming. If y'all want something to listen to right now, if y'all want something to listen to right now, the fourth quarter is out. You know what I mean? As you can download, stream everywhere, and the prologue is coming. We putting everything we got into this, man, to give you our heart, to give you our heart, to convey what we know to be true of God, and to give you fire hot bars and some of the illest production you can hear. You know what I mean? So be on the lookout for that. Keep us in prayer. And we even got songs for free download. You could go to the website right now. Check out this website, www.jrentertainmentllc.net. That's the label website. If you go in there and go to shop, you will go scroll down. We got like 6 or 7 free songs that you might not have heard that are in there right now. Download totally free of charge. That's just our free give out to everybody right now while y'all waiting. You know what I'm saying? So again, www.jrentertainmentllc.net. Check it out. You can see what we got there, what's coming up, and you can get some free downloads there. All info and updates. You definitely want to be patched into facebook.com/Corey Red and Precise. check us out on there as well.
Let's go.
Yeah. The prologue, baby.
Prologue is coming.
Word up.
Hey, we
Special
got
delivery, never slivery. Teach ancient history, reveal the mystery, mesmerize you lyrically. Fire out my nostrils, lightning shooting out my arm, catch your fist, spin you around, and strike you with the lion's paw. You know what I'm saying?
We getting balls already.
That's on the album, baby.
yeah, man.
So, you guys got any features on there? Outside features aside from the crew?
Yeah,
or just same team.
We trying to get some more of the cause like there's so many dope sisters out there too now that's doing it. So we trying to get a few of the good sisters that we know and respect in Christ. So we putting it out there. Hopefully we'll be able to get some of them on there.
Nice.
Yeah, we trying to get them on there. So I mean we extend the invitation. Like
right.
Sometimes you meet people at shows and they with it, but you never know how they camp is and they managers. But hopefully we're gonna speak for the best, man. That we get a couple of these sisters on there, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we would like that. We would like to have.
We want a couple of sisters on there. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Oh, Josh Cook plugging in his wife. I'm sure AI would be.
We would love to have AI on the album.
Josh, chill. He already know how we feel about him and his wife. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if y'all heard that, Josh. I don't
you
know.
Already know.
I plugged your wife on a regular basis. She's fire. You know what I mean? I think she's ill. So I would love if that could happen. That would be awesome. We
got a
be
cool
on.
joint we about to go do this week. If we could send a track to her and she get on there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because we did that would be fire. And also we got possibly Prestavia. We put the invitation has been given to Prestavia, so hopefully that can come about as well.
TNC gotta get 10% of this, all right?
You know what I'm saying? We definitely
heard it first here.
He's on lead too. We in talks with her to get on there too.
Island too, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see. I mean, we open. We not misogynistic. You know what I'm saying? We open to the sisters, but you know what I mean. Love is a two-way street, and it takes two to tango. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So hopefully that the invitation is out there. So hopefully that'll happen.
Let's go.
Well, praise God. That's what's up. Well, thank you, fellas. We really appreciate you guys taking the time out.
This was dope, episode. Man. This was really dope.
Facts. Thank you, everybody in the comments.
Yeah, I didn't get to. I can see the comments after this, right? Because I didn't get to see a lot of those.
Yeah. You'll be able to see it
desktop. Definitely.
Yeah, all right, bet.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody. Make sure you hit the subscribe
button. Peace, y'all.
If you haven't already, make sure you share this episode. This was one for the history books. Facts, so make sure you get your merch at that'snotchristian.com, and we'll see you on the next episode. Take care. Peace. Stay on, guys. Don't go nowhere.
Y'all.
Don't go nowhere.
Salute.